Hare Krishna. Welcome back to our Swadhyay online reading retreat labs. It presents Power of SAP, the gateway to spirituality. SAP here refers to Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojan. And with this, we actually started reading Bhagavad Gita specific verses on a daily basis. And our key resources, again, Bhagavad Gita as it is. And based on that, we have all our companion guide, which is Gita for Daily Enrichment Series. And we have started that. And we are continuing with book number 1. There are several books. And we are now in chapter number 10. And we are going to read today chapter number 10, verse number 10. It is a two-part. And today we are going to cover the first one. First theme, that is transform disappointment into his appointment, right? So now let's go to the Bhagavad Gita 10.10. This is our chapter number 10, which is entitled The Opulence of the Absolute. And in that, the verse number 10 says, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. It is one of the most important verse, and in the Bhakti Sastri curriculum also, I think it is part of that. We have to remember this verse by heart. Yeah. So that again we'll be covering under another session. We call it a sloka recitation lab. And that will try to only focus on the reading the verses and understanding those word by word meaning of it, this particular verse. Right. Okay, so let's go to the purport. In this verse, the word buddhi-yogam is very significant. We may remember that in the second chapter, the Lord instructing Arjuna said that he has spoken to him on many things and that he would instruct him in the way buddhi-yoga. Now, buddhi-yoga is explained. Buddhi-yoga itself is action in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. That is the highest intelligence. Buddhi means intelligence and yoga means mystic activities or mystic elevation. When one tries to go back home, back to Godhead, and takes fully to Krishna consciousness in devotional service, his action is called buddhi-yoga. In other words, buddhi-yoga is the process by which one gets out of the entanglement of this material world. The ultimate goal of progress is Krishna. People do not know this. Therefore, the association of devotees and the bona fide spiritual master are important. One should know that the goal is Krishna, and when the goal is assigned, then the path is slowly but progressively traversed, and the ultimate goal is achieved. When a person knows the goal of a life, but it is addicted to the fruits of activities, he is acting in karma yoga. When he knows that the goal is Krishna, but he takes pleasure in mental speculations to understand Krishna, he is acting in jnana yoga. And when he knows the goal and seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in Bhakti Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, which is the complete yoga. This complete yoga is the highest perfectional stage of life. A person may have a bona fide spiritual master and may be attached to a spiritual organization, but if he is still not intelligent enough to make progress, then Krishna from within gives him instructions so that he may ultimately come to him without difficulty. The qualification is that a person always engage himself in Krishna consciousness and with love and devotion render all kinds of services. He should perform some sort of work for Krishna, and that work should be with love. If a devotee is not intelligent enough to make progress on the path of self-realization, but is sincere and devoted to the activities of devotional service, the Lord gives him a chance to make progress and ultimately attain to him. Now we will read from Bhagavad Gita, our companion guide for daily enrichment. Verse number 10 of chapter number 10. So again, the chapter number 10, I will repeat. It is entitled The Opulence of the Absolute. And we will read from this book. When life confronts us with disappointments, we can transform them into His appointments, into opportunities to connect with Krishna at a deeper level and thereby enrich ourselves. The Bhagavad Gita 10.10 proclaims that whenever we strive to serve Krishna with a devotional attitude, He gives us the intelligence to come closer to Him through all situations. Let's see how this can happen during disappointments. Gita wisdom sets the conceptual foundation by educating us that among all our external and internal assets, devotion alone will stay eternally with us. Moreover, among all our assets, devotion alone will propel us to the eternal destination, the realm of sublime spiritual love, Krishna's personal abode. That's why the Gita urges us to recognize cultivating devotion as life's foremost goal. Our worldly goals are valuable to the extent they aid us and others in cultivating devotion. Otherwise, from the perspective of eternity, they are distractions that devour our precious time. When we attain, so devour, if you do not know the meaning, it is eat food, pray hungrily or quickly. He devoured half of this, but it's a sentence completely, read quickly and eagerly. We totally absorbed by a powerful feeling. So it can be the context here. Distraction that devour us, devour our precious time. Okay, totally absorb you're something, doing something, right? Okay. So when we attain material successes, then they frequently infatuate us with hopes of similar future successes. So infatuate, who do not know the meaning, infatuate means be inspired with an intense but short-lived passion or admiration for, right? So this is the meaning of it. Consequently, we no longer feel the necessity or at least the urgency to cultivate devotion. We thus start jeopardizing our eternal spiritual prospects for the sake of temporary material pleasures. To protect us from this colossal loss. So colossal, who do not know the meaning of this colossal? Colossal means extremely large or great, a colossal amount of meals. So that's the kind of a context here. And having more than one story of columns, so that's the meaning here. To protect us from this colossal loss, worldly disappointments often serve us as essential priority reminders that frees our worldly infatuations and force us to regather our spiritual bearings. At such times, if we seek solace and guidance from Krishna, we will get extraordinary inner experiences of His love and grace. These realizations will convince us to stay devotionally focused amidst both success and failure. By becoming thus focused, we will ensure that our future material successes won't be at the cost of our ultimate spiritual success. We will live as happily as possible in the material world and finally return to Krishna. So we'll again read the translation of this verse 10.10. To those who are constantly devoted to serving with me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So we come understood this part of this verse. So now we will mark it as a green as we complete. Already completed. And share your key learnings if you're watching it from the YouTube or you are watching it from the platform. And you can always share your reflections, comments in this section, right? Whatever you have not means you have learned for the first time, that is the discovery points, what is your key understanding and what is your application points, you can also write in our platform. Happy to see all those comments section in the comment section and learn from you. We'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Sri Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.